Nope, you haven't tuned into the wrong show.
Yeah, it's me, the guy with the green. In this week's episode, I'm going to do a Turtle Titan. I was really excited about this guy. I thought I was going to use the Michelangelo cape, but then I found from when I used to be Superman a red cape that I'm going to use instead. And the bandana back from the other sacrificial Raphael toy. So the cape was having trouble coming off. I ended up putting it in hot water. It's half boiling and half hot from the tap is what I used, and it's easier to cut when it's soft. And yeah, I wasn't planning on taking the head off, but it makes it easier to put the cape on. So I'm just measuring it out. I have a nice grid on the board that I'm using to line it up. So now I'm finding the center, and I want to cut a notch where it's going to go around his skinny neck. Now I'm just cutting a little taper at the top and test it out. Yeah, it's fitting well. Add some super glue, and just at the top, I didn't want to get any in the groove where the chest is going to fit in. And just stick that down, and then cut off the excess. Let the glue dry a little, cut off the excess. It was tough with those big scissors, so I'll wait till later. The head didn't go on easily, so I'm gonna dip it in the water again. Now I'm trying to hold them so the cape and shoulders don't get wet, but they got a little wet. Stick the head on. Now I wet that to help it fit in better. I'm gonna regret that later, because there's still a little water in between. So to fix where I cut off the bandana, I just use a little bit of spackling. It dries fast, so 15 minutes later, maybe only 10, I start giving him a clear coat all over. It's going to act as a primer to help with the paint I'm going to put on in the future. Well, soon. I already did it, really. I try a little bit of brown shoe polish. I just want to give a little bit of stain and color to his chest area. Now the color I'm using for his boots and gloves and pads, and I think that's it. It's Nicolazzo gold. It's not gold, it's more like a brown orange color, but I like it. It looks kind of like leather when it's done. So I'm gonna let that dry a little. Try adding a little more color to the chest area. Now I'm painting the TMNT red because it was pretty faded and dark. I'm using a toothpick because I can't afford an expensive small paintbrush, and also I don't take good care of my paintbrushes, so I wouldn't want an expensive paintbrush. And I have shaky hands, so having a hard point instead of bristles of a brush that could stray really helps me. So I moved on to red. I'm using a bright red to try and match his cape. It would have matched better if I painted his mask white first, and also the white part would have matched better if I painted that dark red first, but I forgot to, because this is the On Green show, and I'm always on green. I end up giving 4 or 5 layers, thin layers of red over that mask to try and get it to match. Now I'm working on his weapon. It's a grappling hook and a long rope. His rope is like a yellow rope color. I didn't have any of that, but I thought orange would be good because it's Mikey. He would like orange rope if he had access to it. think. And for the grappling hook part, it's a piece from an old keychain, and then a piece that I broke off of it to make it fit better, bent and looked like a hook, so I'm gluing that down to be the hook part, because it wasn't even gonna have a hook, but then that turned out pretty good. So that's what it looks like in the end, and that's what he looks like with it. His is a different hook. Another coat of the bright red. And at that point I realized I should have did the deep red first, so I brought some of that out. Time to glue down his chest, because it fell off while I was working because there was moisture stuck in between. Like I said was going to happen at the beginning. It's called foreshadowing, and then I ruin it by telling you that it was foreshadowing. Now I'm giving it another clear coat to seal up everything that I did. But what I realized is the chest piece is, well, I realized early that it was made out of like a rubbery material. Oh, now that later. I'm taking apart a little Mega Blocked Michelangelo to get the shell to be his shield. But the paint didn't stick well on the chest piece, is what I was saying, so it stayed sticky. I probably won't paint a similar piece in the future. I like to say tips sometimes, because it's supposed to be educational. I can't always be funny. And sometimes I'm not funny at all for the whole video, so then it's not really a comedy. But I'm using a suede shoelace for the belt, and I just glued the strap down because it was pointed up. And for this, it was a piece, I think it was like a clip on a mask that held the strap down, and it just happened to be a loop with a hook, and it fit on his belt perfectly.
Not bad.
Not bad, but then I watched the episode, and he does have the bandana, even though I thought it didn't make sense. I decided to put it on. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I had that wrap out the whole time. Now, another layer of red on the mask to try and make it match more. And while I was doing that, I thought I might as well give a black wash to bring out some more details. It's just black acrylic and water. So with that being done, I think he's all done.
Introducing Turtle Titan!
Thanks a lot for watching, especially if you watch this long. But that's the only way you know I'm saying thanks for watching. So thanks, and always keep your head up. Peace.
There are many paths. You must choose the one that is true to yourself.